Cuk, sumpah lah. Parah banget.
He hasn't rolled his
Tadi
sleeves
gue
up
makanya,
yet. Did you see that last time?
Udah
Rolls up
gitu
his sleeves,
gitu
starts
anjing.
playing insane.
Kenapa depan
Yeah.
lagi anjing?
Yeah, literally his like jersey sleeves like all the way up to his shoulders.
Even just calm yourself a little bit.
Dilirik
I
ya,
love when
tembok kayaknya
orgs
ada mata
have like
tiba-tiba.
multiple.
Ngentot.
Nomor mana tuh ya anjing?
8 giga, what the fuck bro?
Ada fuck.
8 giga.
Itu anjing lah bacot banget. Ting, gue diapain? Gue mau jawab yo. Ya udah deh, gue nggak musuhin lagi.
Bercanda shot lu memet.
Saya kagak ditanya anjing. Ya,
teman gua ngambek anjing.
Ya apa tuh jangan
They're gonna do the
gitu,
thing where you
Bang.
wall underneath and you can jump up, or are they just gonna run? Because we've seen that quite a few times where teams just use the wall to get themselves up and then go for the kills. Instead, no, they're just having a layered defense on A. Maybe expecting the Vivo Kid are gonna lean into this site, as a lot of teams will do. They've left Scary alone on B. I'm intrigued.
Vivo Keat are doing exactly what I wanted to see from them. Just holding that default. They're thinking, all right, X10 are definitely trying something different after that pause. You know this team. You know the situation they're in. You just got to wait and see what it is. And with that recon, they know there's a player pushed up on A. They'll suspect that there's some control being taken there. But I don't know if you'll quite expect there to be this many players around. Now, they have given up full control of mid. At the moment, you pretty much just have Scary as a sitting duck. They can come behind him in through tube. He's not really in the best of spots.
No, and he's basically just put all of his utility down to allow him to escape. Now they're going to spot MW0, and they're actually just going to look to try and push him down, hunting him. 3 players pushing in on that flank, and Paddy's going to find the kill. Now with a weaker weapon, this gives them a chance at an upgrade, and now they can just look to play the retake. It was never really just an attempt to get aggressive. It was an attempt to pick someone off, and now go for a retake play.
Yeah, Scary's even managed to pick up Joe, and that might well have been through a smoke. With the Sage down, she did manage to get her wall into play at the start. Those shots came damn close, and in the end, Muri's will be finished off. This is an incredible round from Scary. A man solo holding the B site. His back was open the entire round, and he made the right call. He spotted they were coming his way. His teteammates called they were getting aggressive on A. They were taking that duel, and he fell all the way back. Still finding 2 kills for that.
Sini
Yeah,
kosong mereka
that was
gimana?
a
Ya jelas
prime gaming
info
flaws
masuk
coming
ini
through
nggak ada
straight
orang
after
apa
the
midnya udah
pause,
di
so
pasti udah info juga nggak ada di mid.
I like the idea initially, as said, if it was going to be an all-out brawl, if it came over onto that A site, and then on
Ini udah
B,
kasih semua, jadi benar-benar
I don't know if you could rely on this
dan
every
mereka
single
sepedi itu
time,
buat
but Scary, that was an incredible
ya
help
help
from him, finding 2
Xen menang lawan
players,
Vivo
I
Kid
believe,
dan
spraying through the
ketemu NV
Vice
lagi
pit,
menang.
denying the plant, I think twice. So the fact is they couldn't actually get the plant down and get into an after plant in the first place. So he just made it so desperately awkward for them. 7 rounds already for X10 on this defensive side, and you guessed it, they're still pushing.
Of course they are, yeah. Muri's is ready for it this time, though. He'll catch the first, expects more to be coming around. Unfortunately, it's Sushi with the off to catch him off, a Rez to come in right afterwards.
Tapi info udah masuk
I
nih.
gotta say, last round, Vivo
TK
Kid
aja
had
mereka.
very little
Ini mundur,
criticism of
nggak
them.
mau lawan.
I think they got very unlucky
Karena
with some of those
mereka tahu
shots hit
menang
by
orang.
Scary through a smoke, blind firing.
Biar
This
di-
time around, they're gonna go for that same B take, but change it up a little bit
Ini
when it
bagus
comes to
sih,
plant
pengennya
spots.
bagus.
Maybe not. Looked like they were for a second.
Yeah, they've still taken a long time to actually get this plant down. So they're not having any actual response in terms of getting into their after plant. So again, they had this disadvantage. Nice shot from Sushi boys. And there's only 2 remaining. This has to be a clutch of astronomical expenses, and honestly, it's just not happening. Heat, 1 versus 3. They've already got the wall to hold him out. They're just sticking this diffuser. He needs to get in there now, and it just isn't enough time for him to do anything here. They're going to hold it all the way down. They've got an 8th on the board. I am loving this style of play for X10. They are boxing in Vivo Kid every single round, and they are winning a hell of a lot of these aim duels.
Menurut gua harusnya abis ini Vivo Kid
gameplay coming out of X10. I have to say they're doing SEA proud right now. Whether it comes down to the decision making, like we already covered with Scary on that B side, it feels like he's a reliable defender. he's not even worried a minute into the round when mid is left completely open. Sure, it was being watched passively by Sushi Boy on the A side, but that only covers them walking into spawn. It means B side is completely exposed, and he still maintains his composure, holds those angles. He's going to be someone you're content to leave solo holding it. But this round, X10 don't solo hold B. They're going to double stack up here, maybe expecting early round aggression from Vivo Key because they've got so much control there round on round, being able to walk onto the side essentially in plans.
Mereka mungkin rasa kayak kita terlalu sering bolak-balik
coming through
jadinya
on A for what
ke
feels
push
like
ke
the first time this
balik.
game.
Info masuk dua sini.
Drone is at least going to spot a couple of players, but I don't think the plan is about to change. You've heard
Dia dapat satu, X10 menang saya.
so
Nih,
a
si
real
Sensei dapat
chance for
satu.
him to just take battles and
Terus dapat satu menang.
they've got to be careful. His reaction
Ini masih bisa menang tapi kita mungkin.
Foxy is a man. Almost gets caught on the rope. He's going to swing instead, but it's only going to be a trade. Still though, there's a couple of members remaining. Heat will just dash out a spot, but in the meantime, Paddy has caught another. Mura is being rezzed up, at least gives a man advantage back, but this is a fallback. They do have to be careful though, because Jet is already on the other side of the map.
Yeah, actually, Sushi Boy's moving around to now cover their cross back over, so Vivo Keat are going to find it hard to get to B or to sell the fake information that they want. They want X10 to think that they're rotating around, that they'll leave the A site, start to retake B, but instead, they're sitting here as they hear the turret. They know that there's at least one player still by, and with that turret going down, you know it's going to be an A hit, most likely. Paddy good for the first. He falls back, moves around the side. The Lear in play. He's repositioning yet again, but caught off by a great angle from Heat.
Still, Sushi Boys. Oh, he's actually going to pick him off. A first one goes his way. Now he is tagged at least to half HP. And he doesn't know that the other two players are remaining within the site. He's shot into the turret. And although he does take down Joe, it's a quick trade from MW0. 3 rounds on the ball for Vivo Key. A scrappy one at that, and Heat at the helm again. But even still, X10 are going to come back fighting in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough half regardless of how this ends for Vivo Key, but they really want to just push up to that fourth coming into this round. A little bit of momentum to play off there. And the first time that they've really had any success towards this A side in buy rounds. The way that they did it, though, they're up against a very different strategy from X10. I think X10 were very much expecting a B play. They didn't get it, and so they were not playing their normal round. This time, it won't be that big of a deal if that's the case, because although it's the same setup, in a way, okay, I really thought that Viper's Pit just didn't activate and it was gone. I was like, is that some new glitch I've never seen? But no, sadly, so that what he was trying to do there, put the Viper's Pit on top so that they can't take the rope. He wasn't able to, has to put it down below instead and use his orb to cover. I don't know how Muri's just died.
He has an Ares and a pistol, and he just goes out. What has just happened from Sushi Boys? That is, that's one of those. I think we call that the scream dash. Didn't he do that before?
Yassine was constantly doing it, right?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. It was Yassine.
He couldn't stop, man. Especially it was this map as well. B side, he just kept dashing forward every time he shot.
They've got to be careful. Foxy is still here.
Oh no,
they haven't actually checked for it. That's a free kill at least onto the first, and even just staying alive, it would be so valuable for his team. But he, in the meantime, has cleared out the rotators and at least given themselves 4 to play with, Mitch.
Overall, not the worst half that it could have been. Vivo Key warm up towards the end of it. Heat, especially, is the guy that we highlight again and again. He's putting up the numbers now, but he's got a lot more to do if they're going to make this comeback happen.
Yeah, I have to say, though, I've been incredibly impressed with what we've seen so far from X10. Very aggressive, definitely not playing fearful. And one of the things I was very disappointed at is I know that we have a representative come over from Asia, and he's predicted against X10. So I want to throw it over to the desk and just see what he has to say for himself.
Well, thank you very much, Jets and Paper.
Yeah, you did. Explain yourself, sir. Explain yourself.
Yeah. How did you not see this coming? How can you? This is incredible stuff. I mean, but this is what X10 does when they do well. Is they come at you and they come out guns blazing. They're all over the map. They're doing wildly different stuff round around. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. Don't get me wrong. I'm
completely different looking team here, X10 in the first half of Icebox.
I mean, at some point, you have to ask yourself as a team, and this is Vivo Key here, whether or not the defenders who are already in your spawn in the first 45 seconds, I don't just mean 1, I don't just mean 2, there's at least 3 or 4 of them in your spawn, and you are just working out what you have to do. That is not something you're used to. This is not a fundamental game.
Trying into the dragon.
A switch. Sushi Boy's moving off of the Cypher that he played 2 maps in a row in their previous series and on to the Jet as Patty Pan moves over to the Reyna. I know I said before the match that that's not going to throw Vivo Keed off because it's the exact same composition they had previously beaten on this map, but it did seem to catch them off guard.
Well, it's usually Reynas are kind of trying to work on the site and trying to utilize those dismisses and things to really cause a lot of disruption in close quarters. Patty Pan just doesn't care. He's just roaming all over the map. He's coming at flanks at great times. First of all, he has a great sense of timing, and Sushi Boys as well has been absolutely dominant.
The duo of these two duelists has been great because what people might not have noticed throughout that first half is that Paddy would flash, and then obviously what would happen is as an attacker, you look, or rather as a defender even, it doesn't matter what side you're on, he's flashing, and then instead of him peeking off of his own flash, Sushi Boy would peek around in a crossfire triangulation formation, which I thought was amazing. My God, just unorthodox kind of plays that work so well.
Well, it was a beautiful first half from X10. For Vivo Keed, they cobbled together 4 rounds to keep themselves in it. Let's see how this one closes out as we head back to Mitch and Tom.
Thank you very much, Dash. I can see Paper Thin wasn't expecting any board crunch. He has just been absolutely destroyed. So,
Brutalizing your own. I mean, that's something else. I didn't expect it either, I'll be honest, but look, X10, they've been doing SEA proud, unlike our analyst over there.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Paper Thin. I mean, look, you betrayed them, brother. We're at 8-4 coming into this half. A very important round for Vivo Keed. They really want to come out on top in this one, give themselves that leg up to buy their way back into the series. Or back into the map, at least. Oh, they're going to be caught on the way back. And there's the tag from Heat. He takes down Scary. That means no Viper utility for what could have been a BXX.
Yeah, never turn your back on Heat. I'm telling you that now. He will put you in the grave.
Don't turn your front on him either. Just don't look at him.
Don't look.
Stay away.
Don't look at him. Don't not look at him. Just try and keep out of his general vicinity.
Yeah,
it's a good plan for the majority of rounds. In fact, we saw that in the first half, even when he was able to sort of drag them through the last couple. They have managed to get quite a lot of space on towards this B side.